Andre Mandarino, General Manager of Orbit Water Solutions at Orbit Energy and Power in Gloucester County. So Andre, welcome back. We're excited. We're learning so much from just having this conversation with you. So we're going to continue. Next question is, what kind of beneficial information would a homeowner learn from an Orbit water test?
Oh man, it's across the board, honestly. You guys remember from the first segment, just learning that it could, the skin issues could be coming from the water. Something like learning that the leak that they had to deal with, a few months back, that was a big pain in the butt. That could also have been coming from the water, the appliances not working right. There is really so much information across the board, and the education that comes from these water tests, whether someone wants to do something about their water that day or not, it just changes their life dramatically, just learning this. So it has a lot to do with health, what they're going to learn. It has a lot to do with home improvement, understanding the way the water affects their pipes and their water heater, their dishwasher and their washing machine. There's a lot of customers who always ask me, the differences between bottles of water. What's the difference between spring water, purified water? So there is so much information to be learned through these water tests. And we love educating customers about this stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Andre, how much is an Orbit water test? What does it cost?
Absolutely free. We want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to learn about their water and not have to pay a single penny for it. Not only are these water tests free, we oftentimes will give a gift certificate for participating in the water test. So we want to make sure that these water tests and that this education is available for anyone and everyone who wants to learn about their water, their health, and their home.
So Andre, can you share the benefits of having a water treatment system installed in your home?
Oh yeah. So like we spoke about before, soft skin, soft hair all year long. It is incredible what happens to your skin and your hair in really just a matter of days of having a water treatment system installed. The dry skin is gone, the eczema starts to go away. Another big one is asthma. As you guys know, asthma is a respiratory issue, and chlorine is a gas that when you're in a shower is going to be kind of bouncing off the floor. You're kind of in this small little bubble of chlorine. And the last thing that somebody who has asthma or any kind of respiratory issue wants to do is be inhaling this chlorine. So actually, one of the more common things we hear from our customers who had asthma or some kind of respiratory issue is an alleviation of that issue or it completely going away. So that's definitely a major benefit there. Proper hydration. As we know, not a lot of us are drinking a lot of water, but when you go and you invest in a great water treatment system like this, you are just now motivated to drink more and more water each day. And we've all heard it before from doctors, drink as much water as you can. So it really makes all the difference when you're drinking a good amount of water each day. Another one, maybe not as important as, health and our skin and all that, but cleaner looking clothes. How many times do we get upset when we get this nice shirt or this, this nice pair of clothing and we go and do a load of laundry, comes out completely different than the way we bought it. Maybe it's a little worn, the colors aren't as colorful, the white isn't white anymore. So it's just all these little things. Another one is, how about spotless bathtubs, spotless sinks, not having to scrub the toilet anymore. This really saves a lot of time from having to, clean all these different parts of our house. A lot of people love their sparkling dishes without having to use any rinse aid or jet dries. So, I can go on and on, but it's almost anywhere you go throughout the house that water is somehow involved, that there's almost a night and day difference to how that used to work.
It seems like water is such a big part of our lives and it affects so many things that we do on a daily basis. I can tell you, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm itchy now because we don't have treated water and I had a shower this morning and now I just feel like it's
yeah, Andre, no offense, but you're making us all itchy.
I know. And now my water, I have a water bottle here. It doesn't taste that good anymore.
Funny, John.
So, I don't know. Andre, if someone is listening right now and they are interested in learning more, maybe they want to take advantage of the free Orbit water test, what do they have to do?
Call in to Orbit Water Solutions. The first thing is you're going to make a phone call, and that first phone call, it really is a great phone call. You're going to speak with someone over at our office by the name of Chuck Sloan. or Natalie Hunter. Shout outs to my people there. And there's a couple more, obviously, but they are extremely informative in the way that they first begin that phone call. They're going to ask you a lot of questions about what might be going on in the home. They're able to identify some of the issues almost right off the bat of what might be going on. So that first phone call into our office, a great phone call. I mean, we've developed such a good system here to help any homeowner out with their water issues. And again, it just starts with that first phone call, and then it's followed up by a tremendous presentation. We've heard people say that these presentations are one of the best things that they've ever seen. They have the whole family involved. Children love it. It's this big science experiment. They're all involved. And again, you're able to learn so much about it. So it really just starts from that first phone call all the way into the presentation.
Very good. So I'm excited for our listeners, Andre. You share so much valuable information, and we love everybody at Orbit. You guys are great people doing great things. And yeah, definitely reach out to Orbit if you're interested, get your water tested. That's the first step, right? Oh, yeah. And so, Andre, in closing, we want to give you an opportunity to share some positive, encouraging words with our listeners during these times that we're all living in.
Absolutely. So, throughout this pandemic, one thing that we've heard a lot about is just making sure that, that we're healthy, right? That we know that when your body is working right is when we give ourselves the best chance, not just with something like COVID, but with any kind of sickness. So, I urge everyone to really invest in themselves. I love to say things like every second that you invest in your health, it does tremendous things, or every penny that you invest in your health, that money comes back times 100 towards you. It's a variable that a lot of people don't really put two and two together, but that kind of investment on yourself comes back in such incredible ways. So my words of positivity are to invest in your health, invest in yourself, in your family, and in your home, and you will see everything come back times 10.
Very well said. Andre, thank you so much for joining us, for teaching us so much about water. I loved everything you told us, and we're definitely looking forward to the next time we have you back here on Pop FM.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I love what you guys are doing here, and I would love to come back and be a water nerd for you guys whenever you'd like.
I love it. So we've been speaking with Andre Mandarino, General Manager of Orbit Water Solutions at Orbit Energy and Power. And Mantua, you hear about Orbit all the time. They are the naming sponsor here of The Positive Perspective. We're very thankful for our partnership that we have with Orbit Energy. And if you want to take advantage of this free water test, give them a call. The number 1-800-836-3987. Again, 1-800-836-3987, or visit their website, orbitenergy.us.
All right, coming up, we have some trending stories from our news affiliate, CBS. Find out what dating app is letting you do a background check on your date, what feature Facebook is unveiling, and what smartphone overusage is causing. Those stories are coming up next on The Positive Perspective.
Staying hydrated is essential to your well-being. But what if your water is working against your health? From chlorine and chloramines to nitrates and harsh mineral buildup, there are